We talked about one of the keys in this game, pace, style. It's a contrast. Alabama wants to get up and down.
Maryland wears red, Bama the white. As the #1 seed, Terry Oglesby's our lead official. He strides to center court. He puts the ball in the air, and the tap is controlled to the backcourt to our left by the Crimson Tide. Quinterly will bring it to the timeline left side. Working now center of the floor, goes to the right wing with a dribble, stops, reverses back to Miller, trying to drive left, goes downhill to the basket, shot wouldn't go, ball fought for and controlled by Maryland. Here come the Terrapins with Scott front court, leaving it now for the point guard Young. Young will reverse back up top to Reese. Reese to the far wing and Hart. Left elbow, they'll go with it to Reese. A dribble to his right, a handoff to Hart. Hart works inside the paint, throws it into the low post, spinning, shooting, and scoring on an ice move is Hart to give Maryland the 2-0 edge. Bama runs the other way. Clowney in the corner. He'll drive baseline. He gets cut off there. He needs help. Somebody's got to come to him. Clowney tried to throw it to Miller, and the ball gets knocked away and stolen. Bama a lot of standing around watching right there on that possession.
Yeah, tough place to pick up your dribble, and a poor pass by Noah Clowney.
Scott going to the left side, giving the ball off to Hart. Hart, a bounce pass left side to Scott. Scott trying to back his way down, being defended by Quinterly. Swings it over to Young, steps inside the paint. Little leaner from 8 feet is good, and it's a 4-0 Terrapin lead. Bama on the wrong end of that score very early on. We're only a minute 20 into this one as Quinterly drives the other way. Teardrop for the baseline is good to start the Bama scoring and cut the Terrapins lead in half.
That was a tough shot by JQ, a mid-range floater, well contested. But Javon Quinterly playing with a lot of confidence, especially on the offensive end.
4-2 Terps, Maryland with the basketball. They bring it to the center of the floor. Young throwing it onto the right side, and Carey. Carey drives to the baseline. A feed to the big man inside Reese. Spin, shoots, and scores. And he's gotten off to a quick start. They have gotten 3 for 3 to go, and it's a 6-2 advantage.
Reese had 17 points, 9 rebounds on Thursday against West Virginia.
Nate Oates not happy with his defense in the last ball game, despite a big win. Bama nearly throws it away, but a good catch by Sears in the corner. Sears trying to go baseline, can't. He's caught up there, trying to drive, gets underneath the basket, finds somehow Quinterly out high. Quinterly was 7 on the shot clock, at 6, at 5. Quinterly at 4, all the way to the rim, had a shot attempt blocked and controlled by Maryland. The Terrapins looking awfully good defensively here early. They run to the other end, they set it up to Carey. Carey steps to his left, shoots a 3, knocks it down, and the Terrapins red hot out of the gate, a 9-2 advantage. They have a running the other way with Miller. Brandon stomping on the left wing, trying to back his way down, brings it to the elbow, looks, shoots, it will not go down. It was halfway down and popped out, and he will go to the line to shoot a pair after getting fouled. Looking for the first points in the NCAA tournament for Brandon Miller in what is game 2 for him here in Birmingham.
Julian Reese coming off a great game. He was the best player on the floor for Maryland on Thursday against West Virginia. He's gotten off to a great start, scoring on the inside. 7 early points. He's knocked down a couple from close range.
Miller was 0 for 5 in that victory over A&M Corpus Christi. He hits the first free throw here. It was 17:21 to go in the opening half. Bama's made it a 9-3 ball game. Miller trying to get it to 9-4, and he does. Hits them both. The Bama's to within 5 with 17 remaining in the first half.
Alabama needs to put some stops together. Great start for Maryland on the offensive end. A perfect 4 for 4 from the field.
They work it into the paint. Driving is Hart. Tough leaner, no good. Ball fought for. Clowney takes it away. Here comes the Tide the other direction. We got players tangled up. A whistle, and let's see if we got a foul on the Terrapins, and we should on Reese. Reese guilty of the foul, his first, team first on the Terrapins. Check that, his second, I'm sorry. That's exactly right. Just had one a minute ago. So now 2 fouls on Reese, and that's a big call right there. They're going to review this to see if there's a hook and hold involved. And in the postseason, as was the case in the regular season, our official reviews are brought to us by My Eye Doctor. Tom.
That's right, Chris. Each official review brought to you by My Eye Doctor, with 20 locations to make your eye appointment more convenient. Eye care and eyewear really are better together at My Eye Doctor. Visit myidr.com to learn more.
Brian, did you see that any differently than either of us?
What, like a foul on Reese? And
common foul. Hold, not a hook. So nothing involving free throws there for Alabama, but 2 fouls early, and that means Patrick Emilion will check in. He only averages 2.5 points and 2.5 rebounds per game. That is quite a contrast from Reese, who averages 11.5 points, 7.5 boards per ball game. Bama basketball as the Tide gets it to Miller. Catch and shoot 3, that's no good. Rebounded to the Tide, a deep 3, good. Quinterly knocks it home on the assist from Bediako, who got the original board, and Alabama puts it to a 9-7 contest.
Charles Bediako so good with his interior defense. A great rebounder, especially on the offensive end. Gets the second chance opportunity, kicks it out to JQ in rhythm and knocks it down. 9-7
ball game. Maryland still with the lead. They've got the ball near side with Scott. Driving, pulling up. No, that's a bad call. Mark Sears did not touch him. That's a lousy call there from the left wing. Man, there was clear space between the block attempt, or actually Sears moved his arm out of the way.
That's bad. It's anticipating a call, that contact that never happened.
It was a foul that never happened, and this guy blew his whistle before they even got close. That's terrible. Guys in stripes have nerves early as well, apparently, as Scott hits the first free throw. So here's Scott with another attempt. Free throw up and free throw good. He hits them both on the gift from the officials, and here comes Quinterly the other way. Bama down 4 with 16-16 to go in the first half. Quinterly working left side, driving, throwing a lob. Bediako the catch, got bumped, a whistle, shoots it again, misses, but he did get fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Almost had the three-point play opportunity. So important because of the way Charles shoots free throws. He's really struggled from the line this year, but another great play from Mr. March. Javon Quinterly, high pick and roll situation, lobs it up to Charles. He was able to get it. Great hands on the catch. Goes up strong, takes the contact. Great decision by Javon Quinterly. And Charles goes to the line for 2.
Unfortunately, misses the first. An 11-7 Maryland advantage here early in Birmingham. Round of 32 at the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Tide trying to beat the Terrapins in the round of 32 for the second time in 3 years, as Chuck gets 1 of 2. So 16:09 to go, first half. 3-point ball game. Maryland with the lead and possession of the basketball. Young with the drive on the right wing, trying to back his way down on Sears. Careful Mark, he'll get into the paint, he'll spin, he'll shoot with the left-handed miss. Rebound fought for, and that's going to be an over-the-back call on.
Against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, limited a little bit because of a growing injury, but he's good to go in this one. Alabama went to him early, missed a shot at the rim, got fouled on the next attempt, but I expect a much more aggressive Brandon Miller here in his second game at the NCAA tournament.
Excited to see Quinterly get off to that start, Brian, because, again, we've talked about it. His insertion into the starting lineup has been basically instant offense for Alabama out of the gate, and say that he'll go to the bench right now, but Jaden Bradley, Namari Burnett, Noah Gurley coming in to join Clowney and Miller. That's a 5 that could put it in the basket as well.
Well, Alabama is deep. When Nate Oates goes to his bench, there is sometimes no drop-off, sometimes improvement. Love to see this second unit, along with Brandon Miller, get on a run.
Bradley on the wing left side, giving it top of the arc. Miller, catch and shoot 3. That one's a tad short. Rebound fought for, secured by Maryland. Didn't rush that one. That was the most patient, maybe look, maybe not the right term, but he was definitely in rhythm, couldn't get it to go, and now a reach is going to be called on Gurley, who knew he did get a piece of the arm there of Dante Scott, and that will be the first on Gurley. It'll be the second team foul of the Crimson Tide, and I think playing through some nerves for everybody, because this game has a different feel than the last one. Could be important.
Well, 8 games in the NCAA tournament are very difficult. Ask Kansas how difficult they are, as Alabama will have their hands full against Maryland, who's playing well here in the early going.
Terrapins with the basketball. They drive into the paint. The strip, the steal by Bradley. Jaden will bring it ahead. He'll look. He'll give it off on the right side, and they're going to call him for a walk. Ball got poked away, or he lost the handle and then picked it back up again, called for the walk. And with 15-11 to go in the half, Bama turns it over, and Maryland up 3 will bring it ahead.
It was a great defensive play by Jaden Bradley, but never had full control of it. Was trying to get out in transition. Good defensive play by Maryland, and Bama turns it over. 2
turnovers by the Tide, 1 for the Terps. They work it onto the left wing, handing it off to Hart. He'll drive in. That's going to be an offensive foul. Great job, Noah Clowney, getting in front of the offensive player who lowered that shoulder, and Clowney giving ground and in front of the offensive man, takes the charge, and that'll be the 5th team foul on the Terrapins, and Hart will head to the bench after he picks up his first.
That's why coaches talk about playing defense with your feet and not your hands. He didn't reach, is able to move his feet, get to the spot, take the charge.
He looked really comfortable in that first game against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Love to see him get going offensively here as well. Bradley on the drive, looking back, top of the arc, Gurley. Catch and shoot, 3 ball, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Clowney, lays it up and in. Credit Namari Burnett for keeping it alive.
Good look from Noah Gurley. Alabama getting on the offensive glass. That's why it pays to give great effort. Namari Burnett won't get credit for it, but the tip went to Clowney, who knocks it in.
1-point game, Maryland the ball in the lead. They work it inside. They'll spin, shot block. Oh, they're going to call a Clowney for a foul. This guy underneath made 2 of the more questionable calls. That would look like a clean block. And it didn't look like Mark Sears touched the guy on the left wing. Not sure whether that is Bill Covington or Pat Driscoll, but he's not very good early on anyway. Free throw missed by Emilian, as was the call. And here comes the second attempt. Free throw up, free throw good. So 1 of 2 for the Terps to make it a 12-10 lead.
It's a different officiating crew than the previous game, but they called that game really tight. In the Auburn game, there were a total of 65 free throws in that one.
Don't mind them calling it tight, just get it right. Bradley with it on the wing, driving into the paint, circles away from traffic, gives it to Miller, back to Jaden. Now Bradley trying to split defenders, weaves his way into the paint. Tough shot, no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Maryland. Here come the Terrapins, up by 2. Front court, 13:44 to go first half. They'll work it center court with Young. Young being defended by Miller. Changes direction, goes to his left, stops, crosses, gives it over to Scott near side. Scott, cut off, will throw a skip pass over on the right side to Young. Young trying to shake free, can't, throws a backdoor pass, it's knocked away. Retrieved, though, by Carey. 2 seconds, 1, a deep 3 as the shot clock expires. It's an air ball, and great defense there by Alabama.
Alabama able to help recover, move their feet, and force a difficult shot, get the shot clock violation. Kind of an example how Maryland wants to take their time. They would love to get late in the shot clock. Alabama defensively wouldn't mind it. Nate Oates wants to play fast on the offensive end defensively. He's got to be pleased with that possession.
Rylan Griffin in for the first time for Alabama. He and JQ, who checks back in, are on the floor. Miller sits down. So too Bradley. JQ on the drive, the dish. Gurley all alone. Corner 3 short, and the rebound controlled by the Terrapins. Here comes Maryland front court, leading Bama by 2. It's a 12-10 ball game with 12:57 to go in the first half. Terrapins stop at the elbow, kick it back to Carey. Trying to drive right side. He'll work against Clowney. He'll stop, he'll look, he'll get Martinez in the paint. The runner is up, rolls off. Rebound fought for, shot up, no good. Ball batted around, controlled by Griffin. Here comes Rylan ahead for the Tide. Griffin on the left wing, playing off of a screen. Will cross over, go left, goes to the basket, puts it up high off the glass, no, and the rebound is controlled by Maryland.
Well, that was a heck of a move by Rylan Griffin. Looked like there may have been a little bit of contact, not able to finish at the rim, but love the aggressiveness, taking it inside.
Caleb Swanton-Roger is in for Maryland, number 35 for us here courtside. on the drive. Behind the back with the dribble is Carey. Tough shot, blocked by Burnett, and then knocked out of bounds. And again, the ball's knocked out of bounds. The officials get it wrong. One guy does, and thankfully this time his buddies are going to help him out. It's Alabama basketball. This dude's 0 for 3 down here. He's had a rough start, but he got help on that one.
Boy, what a defensive possession by Alabama, and Amari Burnett all over the dribbler, forced a difficult shot, got the deflection off the Maryland Terrapins. Alabama starting to get some defensive possessions back to back, and that's how they could get in a transition game. Alabama wants to play fast. That was a dead ball turnover, but great defensive possession. You see more of that, and Alabama could get out in their fast break.
Quinterly with the basketball, throws it right side to Gurley. A dribble and a handoff to Griffin. Tide looking for its first lead. If they could get a 3, here is Burnett on the drive down the lane. Stops, spins, shoots, and a tie-up is going to be forced. That is a great defensive play by the Terrapins inside. The strength of Maryland on exhibit right there. I believe that was Maryland's Jahari Long who created that jump ball situation, and they'll have it when we come back. 11:55 to go first half. 12 offensively for the Tide to this point. A couple of buckets each, one from Clowney, one from Miller. And so far that is it. Bediako with one free throw. 8-6, the Terrapins with the lead on the glass so far as well in this one. Alabama breaking the huddle with Sears, Miller, Quinterly, Bediako, and Griffin is the 5 on the floor. Terrapins countering with Carey, Long, Reese, Hart, and Scott. Long working the ball up top to Reese. Now to the right side they go to Hart. Hart back out to Carey. At the elbow, Reese faces the basket. Now looks left side, gives it off to Carey. 12 to shoot, into the low post to Reese. Working against Bediako, trying to back his way down. Spins, shoots, misses. Rebound, Bediako. Outlet pass going to JQ, and he'll bring it front court. Quinterly on the left wing. Shake and bake move, playing off the screen. Puts up the teardrop short. Rebound control by the Terrapins.
Good look from Javon Quinterly, similar to a shot he made to start the game. That one a little short, hit the front rim.
Here are the Terrapins the other way, again trying to add to a 12-10 lead. 11-11 to go first half. Terps timeline near side. They throw it onto the left corner to Scott. Spinning baseline, stepping through a double team. We may have gotten away with a foul there. We'll take the strip and the takeaway, and then the Terps try to get it back, but they knock it out of bounds. And possession will belong to the Crimson Tide. I was going off Quinterly's reaction that he may have gotten away with a tap, but again, with a couple of the whistles, life evens out. We'll take it.
JQ, 6'1" at best, matched up on a 6'8" player on the inside. Took a chance, slapped it away, and Alabama got it back.
Quinterly trying to get it in bounds and throws it away, and the Terrapins nearly gave it right back, but they're able to control the basketball as Bama gets a little sloppy on the inbounds play. Couldn't get anybody open, and then a rough pass there, and here come the Terrapins the other direction. Scott flipping it to Hart as they run a weave out high. 12-10 still our score. Bama 0 for its last 5, 1 of its last 8. The Terps 0 for their last 7, and now they call a foul on JQ. I said things even out because he didn't touch a guy there, I don't believe, but got called for what is the 4th team foul on Alabama.
Alabama 1 for their last 8. A couple of turnovers in that span, but doing the job defensively is Maryland on a scoring drought of their own.
They are not in a rush. They work it into the low post to Scott. Double team, baseline leaner, no good. Rebound on the weak side by Miller, and Brandon will bring it ahead. Miller gets it into the front court. Lost the handle. Scramble for the loose ball. It goes to the deck, and Maryland's going to pick it up. Here come the Terrapins the other way. Doesn't have the same explosiveness that we're accustomed to.
And really, right there, just loose with the basketball, is Maryland able to deflect it away.
Terrapins nearly threw it away, but Hart went up high to claim it. Working against JQ, steps into a 3 short, long rebound tipped out, and a reset to 20 for the Terrapins. Bama steps slow on rebounding attempts right now. Maryland with the basketball out high. Emilian will give it off to Martinez. He'll drive to the right wing. He'll stop on the baseline. He'll try to hand it off. Ball's batted around, a scramble, and taken away by Bediako. Gives it up to Sears. Mark weaving into the front court. Left side will work it to Griffin. Ryland back to Sears on the wing. Goes baseline, bounce pass. Bediako the flush, and we're tied at 12.
What a beautiful play by Mark Sears. Didn't look to have an angle to Charles Bediako. The only pass that could get through was a bounce pass. Charles able to get it, go up and throw it down, and listen to this crowd here in Birmingham.
Bama fans making some noise, something to get them a little excited. Now let's get a stop and follow it up, get the first lead of the day. Left side, Scott. A foul's going to be called on Miller trying to fight through the screen. They say he shoved Emilian into the man with the basketball. That'll be the first on Brandon. We'll see Clowney come in, replacing Griffin for the Crimson Tide. So the Bama starters now are on the floor together for the first time since the opening tap. 9:03 remaining first half. 12-12 ball game here in Birmingham between the Tide and the Maryland Terrapins. Young working off the screen, gets downhill, a little runner in the paint, is up and good. Bama coming the other way. Miller in transition. Reverse layup, no good, but got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 for Alabama.
Alabama able to get out in transition after a made shot. That is not something we've seen in this game, but we've seen it throughout the year. Good look ahead pass to Brandon Miller, able to explode past his man. Tried to reverse it, got fouled on the arm, and he'll go back to the line where he made 2 earlier.
Trying to tie it up at 14 once again. A lengthy conversation for some reason at the scores table. That's the third now on Reese, so they were getting that clear. And that's a big foul right there because, again, Reese averages 11.5 points and 7.5 boards per game. So second in scoring, but leads them in rebounds, and Miller hits the first free throw for the Crimson Tide.
And Reese is the reason that they're here, and it's not West Virginia in the second round. He had 17 points, 9 rebounds in that game. Big plays late, and he'll go to the Maryland bench with 3.
So Miller, second free throw. That one's up. That one pops out no good. And Bama still trails it by 1 with 8:45 to go in the opening half. 14-13. Maryland with the ball in the lead. They work it to Hart between the circles. Hart working against Miller. Working to his right. Feeds it onto the wing. Catch and shoot jumper by Scott. No good off the back iron. Miller up high to claim it for Alabama. Gives it off Sears, who brings it front court. Sears working off the screen, driving, throwing it back down low. Great catch, Bediako. Dribble, layup. They're going to call him for a walk. They called Bediako for a travel.
Boy, I thought he put it on the deck.
I did too.
Didn't have a great angle looking for the replay, but it was deflection, almost a turnover for Alabama. Charles got it back. I thought he put it on the deck before he moved the pivot foot, but unfortunately the call goes the other way and Maryland gets it.
Fans just saw the replay and are even more upset than they were when they saw it in live action. 3-point attempt short, an air ball taken away. Or excuse me, it'll belong to Alabama after the air ball by Young. He claims that he either got fouled or it was partially blocked by Quinterly. But not the case, and Bama will have possession. 8 minutes left to play, clock moving. We're in the first half here in Birmingham. NCAA second round regional action in the South. Quinterly on the drive, stopping on the right wing, changing direction, giving it off left side to Sears. Sears calling for a Bediako screen. Gets it, drives, has on the baseline, whips a pass, great catch, Clowney in the right corner. Clowney spinning into the lane, into a double team, needs help, hands it off, Sears. Sears spinning, 2 on the shot clock, 1 on the shot clock. He used every, oh, wait a minute.
They're going to look at it. It was close.
It was very close.
And they're going to go look at it. If he got it off, which I thought he did.
I did too.
Looking at it live, it was with a 10th or 2 on the shot clock. But they're going to look at it. Alabama, another tough offensive possession. Maryland right now having their way on the defensive end. Alabama not Alabama. The good news is Alabama can break out at any time on the offensive end. But staying close, taking the lead off of their defense, Alabama, in kind of a grinded-out game right now, which this team has won. Nate Oates doesn't want that style. Kevin Willard does, but Alabama hanging tough with great toughness and effort on the defensive end.
Alabama breaking the huddle around Coach Nate Oates. Mark Sears will come back onto the floor along with Bediako, Clowney, Miller, and JQ. It'll be Carey, Emilion, Scott, along with Hart and Young, the 5 for the Maryland Terrapins. Their basketball. Bama, though, a 15-14 lead here with 7:20 to go in the first half. Terps on the far wing, work it right of the circle to Carey. Carey to Scott. Now to Young. Young over to Scott on the left wing at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Scott in the paint at 5. Throws it back out. They work it on the right wing at 3. At 2 to the rim at 1. Layup is good. Just ahead of the shot clock expiring by Hart. Terps go back up by 1. Quinterly runs the other way. JQ left side to Miller. Brandon wants room to operate. Drives to his right. Goes down the lane. Tough shot. Got it to go off the glass. First field goal in the regional for Brandon Miller, and Alabama holds a 17-16 lead.
And good to see Brandon Miller explode to the basket, athletic move, and you wonder how he's feeling with that groin. That was a tough and nice move from Brandon.
Terrapins go to Scott. Onto the right wing now to Carey. Carey tries to take to the corner. Picks up the dribble, gives it out to Scott again. Scott defended by Sears. Scott crossing over, spinning in the lane. Needs help, had it poked away. They're going to call Sears for a foul. And boy, Nate's really upset with Mark for the reach right there. Late, they had him kind of pinned down, but he reached and committed the foul. Second on Mark.
Wow, he was not even close to going into a shooting motion. And they're saying 2-shot foul. It was clearly on the floor. Wow.
First free throw missed by Scott. Second try from Scott, up and good. So 1 of 2. The Terrapins able to get 3 or make it 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Alabama 4 of 6 from the stripe as well. Here's Quinterly left side, driving down the lane. Tough runner off the glass, no good. Bediako's putback is there, and we've got a 19-17 Alabama lead with under 6 minutes remaining in the first half.
And the reason why Javon Quinterly was able to get past his man, Maryland not able to get blockouts. Charles Bediako on the offensive glass once again.
Carey with the basketball as the Tide fans again come to their feet. Hart with it right of the circle. He'll try a 3, no good. Rebounded Bediako. He's getting everything on the glass, and here comes the Tide. Miller down the left sideline. Brandon working to his left. Bounce pass, Bediako throws it back out to Sears. Good patience by Mark. He'll drive, he'll stop. Miller on the wing. Gets inside the paint. Throws up a tough shot, no. Bediako battles. Ball batted around and controlled by the Terrapins. Scott giving it off to Young, who will walk it ahead.
Looked like a wild shot.
The pace.
Looked like a wild shot by Brandon Miller, but he was trying to draw the foul, took some contact, didn't get the whistle.
Terrapins throw a bounce pass, stolen away by Clowney. Gives it off to JQ, throwing it ahead to Sears. Sears, good control, then loses it. Made a bad pass, and Hart took it away. Turnover by the Tide is now their 6th. Leader in the paint, in and out, no good, and the rebound control by Sears. Mark will run the other direction, doesn't have numbers. Traffic catches up. Sears calling for a screen. Bediako's going to bring one. He'll play off of that, picking up the dribble, throwing it over to Miller on the left wing. Brandon with a good advantage inside. He'll spin baseline. Great move. Teardrop bottom.
So good at just taking what the defense gives him. The double team came from the middle of the floor. He reverses back to the baseline and knocks down a wide open 12-footer.
Timeout, Terrapins, and listen to this crowd. Bama fans on their feet. We'll take the break with a 4:19 to go first half. 21-17. Bama leading Maryland here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Lear.
Held them to no field goals in almost 3 minutes. Right now, the Terrapins just 6 for 19 overall, 31%. They're 1 for 5 from 3. Alabama a little bit better, 8 for 20 overall, 1 for 4 from the three-point line. And the number there that is maybe a little concerning, yeah, you'd like to make more or a higher percentage, but 4 threes attempted by Alabama. This is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. They shoot a high rate. They make a high rate, but right now Maryland getting out to the three-point shooters of Alabama.
Terrapins with the basketball, 20 on the shot clock, 4:15 to play in the half. As Bama works with a lead. Terrapins get it inside, ball batted around. They'll save it onto the right wing. Johnson giving it. We'll check that, I'm sorry. 5 on the shot clock. Driving downhill Young, spinning left-hand shot, no good. Rebounded by Clowney, and Alabama will come the other way, looking to add to their lead. They work it in the corner. 3-ball. Burnett got fouled. He'll have 3 shots upcoming when we come back to Birmingham. 3:51 is the time left. This is our 5th and final media timeout coming up right here. Still 21-17.
To play your game, to not get frustrated, don't speed up, don't get frustrated, just keep playing and keep at it, keep playing to your identity, get stops on the defensive end, and ultimately this team's got too much firepower on the offensive end, so just stay confident. This team has shown that over the course of the year, but to do that you got to get stops. Alabama's been able to do that, and that's why they have a 4-point lead with a chance to extend it at the line.
At the stripe will be Namari Burnett. 3 shots for Namari as he hits the first for the Crimson Tide. Namari Burnett, Chicago native, able to come back from injury a year ago. Knee injury that kept him out of last season. He's got 2 free throws, 1 more upcoming. Had a tweaked knee earlier this year, came back from that. And hits all 3 free throws here, a 77% shooter, and Bama stretches the lead out to 7. It's a 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes for the Crimson Tide. Terrapins working the ball to Young, center of the floor. Gives it off onto the right wing to Carey. Carey trying to drive, pulls up from 15, jumper no good, weak side rebound Clowney. He'll hand it off to Burnett. Bama wants to run. Burnett front court will hand it off to JQ. Left side to Clowney. They hand off to Miller. Brandon on the drive, going downhill. Pump fake, shot, miss, tip, good. Boy, he got quick. That pogo stick working just fine for Brandon Miller. The tap in gives Bama its biggest lead at 9. A 9-0 run in the last 3 minutes for Bama.
Alabama got the stop, got out in transition, and playing offense against a defense not set, much easier for Bama.
Carey with the basketball, giving it off onto the right side to Emilion. Emilion, the handoff to Scott. Scott trying to drive, gets to the low block right side. A pump fake, drawing defenders in the air, and then Bediako gets a block. But he goes back to Scott, spinning. Double team, needs help. Shot off the glass, no. Ball batted around, fought for, and saved by the Terrapins. A reset to 20 on the shot clock. Martinez fakes a 3, drives in, hands it off. Dropped by Emilion, gets it back. He'll throw a bounce pass near side to Carey. Shot clock at 8. At 7, Carey a bounce pass inside. Layup is missed. Rebounded Bediako again. And Bama throws it ahead to JQ. Quinterly on the left side. Quinterly playing off a screen. Directing traffic. Calling for Clowney. Instead, he'll keep it himself. Gives it off to Miller on the wing. Brandon posting up. He's got a size advantage. Double team finds JQ. Around the horn, Clowney. A dribble, a handoff. JQ inside the arc. Spinning, looking, back outside. Clowney, 3-ball, no. Rebound tipped by Bediako, and they'll get him for the foul over the back. Bediako with 5 boards, 5 points, a block shot, and his first personal foul. How about this? 5 points. For Charles Bediako in 14 minutes.
He has been playing at such a high level on both ends of the floor. We know what he can do on the defensive end, but his offense has really caught up and doesn't get the offensive rebound right there. Good block out by Maryland, sends the Terrapins to the line for a 1-and-1.
17 fouls on each side. Free throw missed. Rebounded again by Clowney. Noah's been really good. That's his 4th board. And here comes the Tide the other way. Gurley's back in for Alabama. As Bediako gets a deserved breather. Miller on the right wing with a dribble. He'll post up against Young, trying to back his way down. Double team, gives it off. Quinterly steps into a 3. Too strong. Rebound fought for and taken away by Maryland. Near foul Gurley. They'll drive in, and now a push is going to be called on the Crimson Tide. That may be the second on Brandon Miller. It is. So Brandon guilty of his second personal. 8th-team foul on the Tide. And here's Rylan Griffin back in for Alabama with 1:35 to go first half.
Well, Alabama with some missed opportunities at the 3-point line. Emma just 1 for 6. Open look from JQ. Not able to get that one to go down. That started the Maryland fast break. The Terrapins trying to end a 9-0 run.
And they do. Knock you down the free throw there. Rylan Griffin will come in for Miller. Brandon again 9 points and a couple of rebounds in 17 minutes for Alabama. Griffin, the freshman from Dallas, in to replace him. Free throw good by Young. You got them both. And with 1:35 to go in the half, Bama's lead is down to 7. 26-19. Bama with the ball in the lead. Nate Oates stomping instructions across the way for the Tide. Quinterly playing right side with the ball. Backs it out near the timeline, works to his right, gets to the baseline, gets underneath the basket, finds Gurley in the corner, got bumped, no whistle. Now to Burnett, who stops on the wing. Up top, Griffin at 5, at 4. Ryland at 3, at 2. His shot attempt blocked, and that'll be a shot clock violation that'll give possession back to the Terrapins. Nate Oates not happy. Something to say to one of the officials. I'm not sure what he was upset about. Terrapins with the ball with under a minute to go in the half. Backing his way down his heart, spinning baseline. Double team, needs help. Whips a pass over on the right wing. Carey now driving. Gets into the paint, lays it up, got it to go. And Clowney, I think, rolled his ankle in the process, or may have gotten hit in the knee. He is hobbling a bit and will come to the bench. And that'll be interesting to watch. Clowney will go straight to the sideline. He is not sitting down just yet. Here's Bediako in to replace him, and Noah may have had a knee-to-knee hit right there. Clark Coulter, the athletic trainer, talking to him and looking at him. We'll hopefully have an update for you in just a few minutes. But Bama with the basketball. About an 8-second differential. Shot clock and game clock. Bama up by 5. Quinterly on the drive. Gets to the bucket. Lays it up and in for 2. He got knocked to the deck. Was upset that he didn't get a whistle on top of it. Terry Oglesby just looks at him. And now with 17 to go in the half of the shot clock dart, Bama's looking for a stop here, up by 7. 28-21, Bama with the lead. Maryland, though, with the basketball. Young being defended by Griffin. Plays off a screen, works inside. Teardrop in the lane, up and good. 2 seconds, 1, half ends. And Maryland gets the final bucket, but Bama has the lead at 28-23 at intermission. Coach B,
but not in a bad position. Hopefully, Bama can get it going on the offensive end and continue what they've done the majority of the first half defensively.
Waiting on the second half to get underway here at the BJCC's Legacy Arena. Birmingham, Alabama, the site of a number of NCAA tournament games over the years. Renovated, beautiful building. Hosting for the first time in quite a while, though. And Alabama trying to do as they did in 1987. That's advance from here to Louisville with hopefully a better result. We'll take care of things there if we can get there. But a half of basketball to determine that, as the Crimson Tide is trying to advance past Maryland to earn a spot against San Diego State next week there in Louisville, Kentucky. Alabama will go with Miller, Quinterly, Clowney, who did sprain his ankle in the first half, and we're told he's fine and will be able to play. as we see him on the floor now. Bediako and Mark Sears, the 5 on the floor for Nate Oates, Alabama Crimson Tide. Quinterly driving right side, goes downhill, lays it up and in for 2, and that is a thing of beauty and a great way to start half number 2.
And that is what Alabama was not able to do in the first 20 minutes, and get downhill, high pick and rolls. Alabama has been so good in those situations. JQ with an easy deuce as a result.
He's got 9. Bama leads it by 7. Terrapin spinning downhill. Reese spinning shot, no good. He starts the second half with 3 fouls, missing the jump hook, and Bama comes the other way. Miller taking it to the corner, takes it down the baseline, throws a pass to Sears. Catch and shoot 3, no good, and the rebound controlled by the Terps. Boy, that was a good look. A little too strong, and the Terrapins coming the other way. Young with the basketball, playing off the screen from Reese. Young driving it left side, taking it with the right hand, gets into the paint. Spinning, throws it outside to Scott. Shot clock under 15 as Scott works against Sears. Top of the arc, Reese, backdoor pass, a beauty, and the layup is missed, but they're going to call Clowney for the foul, and on Noah, that'll be his second. Nate Oates unhappy with his Tide defensively there, not the call.
Yeah, Noah Clowney so good defensively, one of the best defenders in the SEC. Relaxed just a little bit, stood straight up, not able to cover the backdoor cut. And Carey, who started the game with an open 3, goes back door, looked to have an open lay-in. Bama closed out late and gets called for the foul as Maryland goes to the line.
Lead down to 6 as the free throw is up and good. Alabama 1 of 7 from 3-point range. Maryland 1 of 5. Carey trying to hit the second of the 2 attempts. That one misses, and the rebound controlled by Bediako. That's his 6th board of the night, and Bama almost threw it away, but Clowney gets it to Miller. Near side 3, bottom. Boy, that is not one we're going to show at camp, but it worked out fine. The second bank first 3 of the ball game for the Tide.
And the result, the most open look from Brandon Miller in the NCAA tournament.
That was truly no look from Brandon Miller. Here the Terrapins the other way. Left side, they'll feed it over to Carey. His 3 is no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Miller in possession. We'll stay with the Terrapins. Going back to that previous play, the pass was intended for Miller on the wing. He never saw it. Almost took his head off. It wound up in the corner to Clowney, who threw it to him, and then Miller shot and made the 3. Just the way we drew it up. Left side, Hart into the low post. Shot blocked and into the basket. Bediako blocked the dunk attempt from Reese, but it went straight up in the air and fell in. And that cuts the Bama lead back down to 7. 33-26 with 18:08 to play. Miller, top of the arc, alone 3 again. Missed it this time. The rebound fought for. Bediako tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. And possession will belong to the Terrapins.
Well, I thought that one was going to go down. Alabama able to get Brandon Miller loose once again from the top of the key. A little strong with it, but a good sign. Alabama getting some open looks here in the second half.
And the 2 misses have been dead on. They've just been a tad strong both times. Young with it right wing for the Terrapins. Gives it up top of the arc to Reese. Throws it left side to Hart. Hart a dribble and a handoff to Carey. Carey back to Hart on the left wing, trying to drive against Miller. Spins into the paint, spins baseline, double team, gives it out to Carey. Carey changing direction, loses the handle, stolen away. JQ, 1 against 2, goes into the rim, tries to leave it for a trailer, but threw it away. And now the Terrapins have numbers. They throw it ahead, shot up and good for 2. A transition bucket for the Terrapins as Bama turned it over underneath their own basket. The lead's down to 5, 33-28. Here's Bama with it. Quinterly on the drive, the lob. Bediako taps it in. Beautiful move, Charles Bediako. He's got 7, and Alabama leads it again by that number.
Beautiful pass by Javon Quinterly. High pick and roll, gets it up high enough for Charles Bediako, who was able to tip it in over Reese.
Young on the right wing, working against Sears. Slips, falls down. Bama picks it up. Quinterly comes the other way. Quinterly getting it into the front court. Takes it to the near side. Quinterly still with the dribble at the timeline, directly in front of us. Quinterly to the center of the floor. Goes to his right. Stops, looks down low. Bediako. Pump fake, shot. It's good. Bediako, the little hook there. Bama now leading it 37-28 with 16:35 to go. Chuck's got 9 of them.
Charles Bediako playing tough. Thought he had an easy layup if he turns to his left, but instead goes with the right over Reese and gets the friendly bounce.
Reese with it left side for the Terrapins. To Young now, playing to the elbow, threw it away, diving on the floor, saving it. Oh, JQ tried to, but they're going to say that he landed on the baseline. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession will belong to the Terrapins. What great effort by Javon Quinterly and the Crimson Tide right there. JQ will get a breather, and let's see who else will. Quinterly to the bench, Bradley in to replace him, and the crowd deservedly acknowledging JQ as he heads to the sideline.
Great example of the energy that Alabama's come out with here in the second half. Unfortunately, was laying out of bounds when he dove for the loose ball, but Alabama getting it done in the first half defensively, now starting to get a rhythm on the offensive end.
Terrapins with the basketball. They'll inbound it from the baseline, and the crowd getting into it even more. Terrapins get it in quick on the left side to Scott. Gives it right back to Young. Young to the cutter Martinez. His shot attempt up and good over Bediako. That's a great play by Martinez to get that one to go over the 7-footer, and Bama's lead is cut back to 7 with 16 minutes to play. Bradley working as Martinez defends. Dribbles right, hands it off to Sears. Mark over to Bradley, kicks it in the corner. Clowney, three, short, rebound, tipped, fault for. Bediako takes it away. Bediako spins, looks, and he has it thrown away and stolen. Taken away by Hart, a bounce pass ahead, the drive, the block by Miller, and Bama will run the other direction. It's Sears in the front court. Sears stopping, looking, Brandon, you deserve it. Bottom.
What a defensive play by Brandon Miller to start the Alabama fast break. The recognition from Jaden Bradley. He was wide open. Brandon Miller gets his feet set and knocks down another three.
Biggest lead of the night. Number one, up by 10 with 15:15 to play. Hart on the right wing. Hart dribbling left, stopping, looking, bounce pass to Reese. Working against Bediako, and a foul's going to be called on Charles. Timeout on the floor. 15:05 to play. Alabama 40, Maryland 30 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Really good defense for Alabama in the first half. It didn't lead to offense. Brandon Miller with a block shot, getting stops defensively. Alabama out in transition. Spreading the floor, not going against a set defense. Alabama so difficult to defend in those situations, and they've had many more of those here early in the second half.
Maryland with the basketball underneath the basket to our right. From the baseline, they trigger it into Martinez. Martinez trying to back his way down. Double team, stops, throws it all the way onto the far wing. Catch and shoot three ball is short. Mark Sears, who's in the game, got a hand on it but couldn't control it. And now here come the Terrapins with another opportunity. Shot clock, though, down below 5. They'll spin. The running hook by Reese, no good. Rebounded by Miller, and Bama will come the other way. Brandon getting it front court. He'll play off the screen. He'll drive. He'll get to the rim. He'll shoot it off the glass and miss. He'll tip it outside, and it's controlled by Maryland. They do not have numbers. They got a turtle that's slow getting back in Martinez, and now Hart will work right side. Hart, a bounce pass inside Reese. That's going to be a blocking foul called on Alabama's Nick Pringle. Boy,
a 32 lead with 13 minutes remaining in the ball game. The Terrapins work the ball down low. Reed spins, shoots, and scores. And they'll call a foul on Nick Pringle with 12:57 to go in the second half. Alabama's lead is at 10. We'll see Bediako check back in, replacing Pringle for the Crimson Tide. And again, our apologies. The wireless connection, the Ethernet connection on Press Row has gone out. So we are going off cell phones. And that is why it sounds like I'm on the cell phone. So the internet connection down on Press Row. That's why we're going by cell phone. As the free throws by Reese are up and good. And the Tide's lead is cut to 44-35 with 12:52 to go. Quinterly front court for Alabama. JQ working off the screen. Gives it over to Miller right of the circle. Catch and shoot. Deep three. Short. Rebound tipped into the air. Twice Bediako has it. Near side Quinterly. All alone. Three. Off the mark. Rebound claimed Clowney. Lays it up. No good. And the rebound controlled by the Terrapins. Great opportunity there. Wouldn't go down, though. And we've got a stoppage in play, as I believe Emilion may have gotten popped across the face for the Terrapins. No foul there, but they will check on him and let him get out of the ball game. Incidental contact as Alabama, with 12:31 to go, will have the lead, but Maryland will have possession. They're going to go to the video review here to talk things over. And as is always the case, each official review is brought to you by Eye Doctor. My Eye Doctor has 20 locations to make your eye appointment more convenient. Eye care and eyewear really are better together at My Eye Doctor. Visit myeyedr.com to learn more. .31, time on the clock. And again, our apologies. Sounds like I'm on a cell phone. It's because we are. The Ethernet connection down on Press Row. So we're going wireless here for the next few moments. Alabama up 9 with 12.5 to go in the second half over Maryland. Terrapins with the basketball. It's Young driving down the lane, puts it up with the left hand. No. Sears clears the miss and comes the other direction. Sears front court. Driving, looking down low. Bediako had it blocked, but got fouled, and Charles went over the line as Reese just picked up his fourth. Reese guilty of his fourth foul. Julian Reese, who on the year is averaging 11.5 points and a team best 7.3 rebounds, has to leave the ball game. And so the Crimson Tide will have Bediako at the strike. So far in the ball game, Charles 1 of 2 from the strike. So the second attempt, or the first attempt upcoming, and that one's no good for Charles. Bediako's second attempt upcoming. He's around 40%, just a tad below that on the season. And again, it's not a bad-looking shot. He's just a dadgum strong and long. He tends to shoot it a little too far. That one is too strong. It tips it in the air. Bediako claims it. Clowney kept it alive. Now has it in the corner for Alabama, giving it off to Sears. Martin backing it out with 12 minutes to play, and Bama up 9. Sears, step back three, too strong, and the rebound controlled again by the Terrapins. Bama, some good looks from the line and beyond the arc. Just a little too strong, unable to get him to go. Carey going downhill, and a block's going to be called on Bediako that brings us to immediate timeout. 11:50 to go here in the second half of play. Bama 44, Maryland 35. Teams
Second half than they did in the first. Hopefully, if that continues, shots will start to fall.
Gurley in for Alabama as they get it to Scott, driving, laying it up, missing it. Rebound fought for, scramble, and on the deck, picking it up is Sears. Mark will try to bring it ahead. Trap throws it back over to Clowney. Now to JQ as Quinterly will work right of the circle. He'll drive, he'll throw a bounce pass, great catch. Clowney lays it up. It did everything but fall, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Alabama.
What a beautiful pass from Javon Quinterly. High pick and roll situation. And outside of one fast break where he got it up in the air, had nowhere to go, his decision making in this game has been really good. Another great decision by JQ. Drops it off. Beautiful bounce pass to Noah Clowney. Almost had the 3-point play opportunity. Instead, will go to the line for 2.
Clowney, the first of 2 for Alabama. Knocks that one down. Noah's first free throw of the ball game. Crimson Tide had 10 bank first 3-pointers in the first half of yesterday's game, or the first game. Only 3 so far in the entire game against the Terrapins. 11:27 to go. Bama up by 11. One shy of their biggest lead. Terrapins with it, hard on the right wing, driving against Clowney, gets cut off on the block. He'll spin, he'll shoot, he'll have it blocked by Noah. Outlet pass goes to Miller, center of the floor, into the front court, brings it to the near wing, gives it off to Clowney. He hands it off to Sears. Sears getting into the paint, steps through, jumps off 2 feet, missed it, but got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Everybody talks about the Tide. They talk about the 3-point shooting. And Bama does a lot of it, but they would love to do what they did there first, and that's get to the rim.
Drive the ball to the paint. Mark Sears, a good job of getting in the paint, and he's small, but he's strong, able to get past the defender, use his strength to take the contact and get to the line.
Lefty free throw up and good for Sears.
But it started on the defensive end. Noah Clowney, who made the free throws on the previous possession, gets back, gets the block shot. Great position defense that started the Alabama fast break. And when Brandon Miller's got the ball flying down the lane, guys are going to be open because the defense knows where Brandon Miller is. He got it to Mark Sears, who got to the line and converted 2.
And Alabama now has its biggest lead at 13 with 11 minutes to go. 48-35 here in Birmingham at the second round of the NCAA Regional. The round of 32, and Alabama is trying to advance against the Terrapins. Terps work it, top of the arc. Now they go to carry, back onto the right wing. Hart throws into low post. Reese almost got his 5th. Spins, throws an outlet pass. Driving as Scott throws up a wild shot, batted around into the hands of Miller. Brandon getting it front court, has it on the near wing. Spins, leaves it for Sears. 3 ball, too strong. Rebounded Miller. He'll back it out, says let's run a little clock. He'll get it reset.
I thought that was good, a little strong. Dead on, but unfortunately misses it.
Miller on the drive, gets down low, had it knocked away, got it back, steps through, got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Oh.
Wow.
That was 10.
Wow. They call it on Scott. It's his first rather than the 5th on Scott.
Reese,
excuse me.
What a great play by Brandon Miller. Reese initially was trying to lay off, but Brandon gets the second chance opportunity. Alabama getting on the offensive glass, and Miller goes to the line for 2.
Miller's free throw up and good. And Brandon has 16 points, 6 rebounds. Free throw up and good, and Miller has 17 of Alabama's 50, and the Tide leads it by 15 with 10:10 to go. Got a chance right here, fellas. This would be a big time to get a stop. Driving, leaner, missed. Rebound controlled by the Terps, but taken away by Sears. Mark comes out with it. Tide running downhill, getting to the bucket. Tough shot, blocked out of bounds. Possession will stay with Alabama with 9:53 to go.
Great job by Mark Sears defensively. It looked like Maryland was going to get an easy 2, but able to get the steal, start the Alabama fast break. And Bama not shooting the ball well. 1 for their last 9, but extending the lead at the free throw line because of plays like that. Mark didn't get fouled, but Bama in attack mode and getting to the line and converting.
Inbounded to Miller in the corner, spinning away from trouble, backing his way down on Martinez. Working his way into the post, spins baseline, got bumped, double team. Great pass, Clowney, three, too strong. Rebound controlled by the Terrapins. They'll come the other way. Scott with it on the far wing. Scott being defended by JQ, bulls his way into the post. They'll call the foul on the Tide, even though he stiff-armed JQ on his way to the basket.
Alabama's won for their last 10 and been able to extend the lead to 15 points because of what they're doing on the defensive end, combined with attacking the basket, getting to the line, and converting here in the second half. Alabama's been to the line 10 times since halftime, making 8.
No field goals in the last 3:52 for Bama, but Maryland's had no points in the last 3:25. Terrapins looking to get it in. They do to Reese, and he'll hand it right back to Young. They give it to Reese, who nearly fell. He'll hand it off, then lose the handle. It goes right to Martinez. His three's off the mark. Rebounded Bediako, and Charles grabbing another board. That is his 10th to go with his 9 points. Alabama working with Sears right wing. Gives it off to Gurley. Back to Sears again. Mark with the basketball, directing traffic. Sears with it, off the screen, getting to the top of the arc. Whips a pass to Gurley on the right wing. He'll get into the paint, finds Miller. Left corner, three ball. In and out, no good. It was halfway down. But Gurley grabs it, puts it back in, and the Tide leads it by 17 with 8:46 to go. Timeout, Maryland.
Alabama can't make a shot and extends the lead to 17 because of what they're doing on the defensive end. And this time the veteran, Noah Gurley, gets on the offensive glass after another shots. Alabama not clicking on the offensive end. It has been a slower game than Alabama would want. It's the pace that Maryland and Kevin Willard wants, yet Alabama's up 17 in this game. This team's really good. Obviously not ready to make our hotel reservations for Louisville just yet. Alabama's got to continue to do what they have been doing, especially on the defensive end.
Young on the drive, gives it off to Reese, had it poked away, goes off his leg. Noah Gurley, the quick hands, forcing the turnover by the Terps.
And did I mention the depth of this team? Noah Gurley, who just had the tip in to extend the lead for Alabama, gets the deflection off of Reese. Another stop for Alabama.
Crimson Tide with the basketball. Bradley and Quinterly in together, along with Namari Burnett for the Crimson Tide. Bediako, top of the arc, thought about it, pivots, hands it off to JQ. He'll drive, he'll bring it back out. Gurley on the right wing. Gurley going baseline, gets underneath the basket, needs help, finds Bradley. Bradley with 10 to shoot, will go behind the back with a dribble, kicks it out to Gurley. Three ball short, rebound fought for and controlled by the Terps. They'll bring it ahead with Young. Young leaving it for the trailer, Reese. Reese, a give off to the right side. Martinez going down the lane, put it up, got it blocked, but it goes off the glass and in, and a foul is called on Noah Gurley. Count the bucket, foul on Gurley. That'll be his second. And it'll be an and one opportunity upcoming for the Terrapins.
Well, that's a heck of a play by Maryland. And Martinez turns the corner, goes right at the shot blocker. Charles Bediako doesn't get the block shot, but high degree of difficulty shot as Charles Bediako stayed up high, didn't foul, but Noah Gurley got him on the arm after the shot was released, and a three-point play opportunity coming up for the Terrapins.
Martinez trying to get this to a 14-point game with 8:02 to go. They trailed West Virginia by 10 in the contest yesterday, or 2 days ago, excuse me. But came back to win that game. Alabama trying to keep them beyond arm's length in a zone look defensively now for the Terrapins, a 2-3. Bama basketball, Bradley inside the arc. Bradley down the lane, lobbed down low to Bediako, who caught it and threw it off of Reese out of bounds. Good footwork and smarts there from Bediako to save that possession for the Tide. It'll be Bama ball when we come back to Birmingham.
Shooting. This has not been a great night for Alabama from deep. Alabama overall just 3 for 17 from the three-point line. That is 18%, but still up double digits. A long way to go here in Birmingham, but Alabama doing it defensively. Would love to see a couple of shots start to fall. The quality of shots have been good for Alabama in the second half. I didn't think they got great looks against this Maryland defense the first 20 minutes, but they've been more in attack mode here in the second half, doing the job at the rim, getting to the line, but can't get threes to fall.
Alabama will have Quinterly, Miller, Bediako, Burnett, and Brantley, who inbounds the ball. Near side, Quinterly. Quinterly to the top of the arc with the dribble. Quinterly down the lane, off the glass and in. Jelly time indeed, Javon Quinterly. Beautiful move there. Able to get it to go. He's in double figures. He's got 13 actually now, and Bama has the lead back up. The runner, Martinez, off the mark, no good. Rebounded Reese. Putback is good for 2, and that cuts the Tide's lead to 14 again with 7 minutes, 12 seconds, and moving time left to play. Miller fouled by Martinez in the backcourt.
Just the 16th foul for Maryland. Alabama be shooting 1-and-1s on the next foul.
4 on Martinez, who's the only person in the building that doesn't think that he committed a foul right there. Here's Bradley front court for the Crimson Tide. Giving it off to Bediako. Charles looking, finding Miller, handing it off to him. Brandon will go down the lane. He'll stop, he'll look, he'll shoot the layup flat-footed. He'll miss it, rebound tipped out, touch last. And Mr. Bean says it's off Bediako, out of bounds. 6:52 to go.
Boy, Brandon Miller has had some good looks at point-blank range. Shots he normally makes. Almost had the tip in. Not able to convert, and Alabama continues to struggle shooting the ball on the offensive end.
Hard on the drive, cut off by Burnett. He'll spin, he'll shoot, he'll lay it up, and got it to go. It's a 12-point game with 6:38 to play. Bama still in a fight. Maryland trying to rally. Front court, Bradley with it. Trying to shake free, brings it to the timeline near side. Bradley working against the double team, has it on the baseline, circles away from trouble, finds JQ. JQ stepping back, deep 3, bottom, that away JQ, knocking it home, and Alabama puts the lead back at 15 with 6:11 to go.
Couldn't make a shot for the last several minutes. Get it to Mr. March, who knocks down a big 3 in the corner.
Far side with it will be Young. He puts up a tough jumper, no good. Rebounded Bradley, out to JQ, wants to run. He wanted Miller to go to the rim, he didn't. 3-ball, Burnett, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, touch last by Reese, and it will be Bama basketball.
And Charles Bediako won't get credit for an offensive rebound, but it looked like Reese was going to get an easy defensive board, but because of the effort of Charles going up high, it forced Reese to go for it. Knocks it out of bounds. Alabama gets it back because of the hustle of Charles Bediako.
Alabama will have its starting 5 back on the floor. Inbounds to Clowney. Spinning away from a double team. Threw it away. Take away by Carey, and now they'll work it ahead. The step through, the leaner, the layup is good for 2 by Young. Young gets it with 5:35 to go, and the Bama leads down to 13. Miller gives it off to Sears. Sears working against the Maryland defense. Sears off the screen from Bediako. Sears going right. Sears going down the lane. Sears handing it off to Charles. Takes the dribble, steps through, lays it up short. Rebound control by the Terrapins. 57-44 is the score. 5:05 to go. Terrapins get it to Reese at the elbow. He'll work against Bediako, trying to back his way down. That's an offensive foul. They didn't call it. That's terrible. They just called a block on Charles Bediako, who got run over by Reese, and these 3 don't have the guts to call the foul on the Maryland big man. And that's 4 instead on Charles. Let's pause 10 seconds to catch our breath and for station identification on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. team foul on Bama, so a 1-and-1 for Reese. Beware of the long rebound. And as I say that, he makes one of his few on the night. 2 of 4. 4:57 to go, and Bama still in a fight here. 57-45 is the score. Second attempt up, no good. Rebound, Quinterly. And Bama up a dozen will come the other way. Trying to get to Louisville in the Sweet 16. Miller, strong with it, fellas. Miller had it poked away, and a foul is going to be called on the Terrapins. Hart bounces around, and Terry Oglesby gives him a look, but doesn't tee him up, which is probably very good restraint on his part. And Miller will go to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus for Alabama, as that is the 7th on the Terrapins.
Alabama taking their time, not something that Nate Oates wants to do, but 4:45 to play, up 12.
Brandon hits the front end of a 1-and-1.
Getting the ball in the hands of your ball handlers and free throw shooters. Brandon gets hit on the arm, goes to the line with a chance to extend the lead.
Miller hits them both. How good has he been? 19 points. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He's got 7 boards in this one. And Alabama's lead is at 14 with 4:38 to play. Tide fans here at the BJCC imploring the defense to get another stop on the drive. They'll go to the rim. They'll lose it on the way up. Ball batted in the air by Miller and claimed by Bediako. Back to Miller, and Bama will run the other way. Miller down the lane, in the corner to Clowney. Clowney picks it up, pivots, needs help, and he will call a timeout. A good one there from Nate Oates. It becomes the media timeout, and we'll take it with him. 4:12 to go. We're heading down the stretch here in Birmingham. The Tide trying to advance to the Sweet 16, leading by 14.
Of attempts, makes, and one of the best in percentage in the SEC. But when shots aren't falling, can you figure out a way to win? Alabama's done that this season and going to try to do it the last 4:12 of this game.
Inbounds pass goes to Sears. Maryland will try to trap where they can. They'll have to gamble a little bit with 4:05 to go. Quinterly, near side 3, red, smoking, hot. Javon Quinterly knocks down another one, in the Tide with 3:55 to go. Its biggest lead at 62-45.
Mr. March, Javon Quinterly has 19 points on the night.
Young throws into the low post. Reese spinning against Bediako. Puts it up. Blocked by Charles. Picked up by JQ. And here comes Bama back the other way. Quinterly front court. Playing off the screen. Kicks it near side. Clowney back to JQ. Hesitates. Backs it out and wisely runs a little more clock. And now he steps back. Wisely shoots. Knocks home another one. It's his world. We're just living in it. JQ lighting them up. He's got 22. And with 3:08 to go, Bama leads by 20.
Alabama with a Sweet 16 in their sight. Getting it done here in Birmingham.
Inside to Reese, spinning, shooting, scoring, and cutting the Bama lead to 18. Miller bringing it front court. As Bama's 2:45 away from its 9th Sweet 16 in program history. Miller at the timeline, 12 to shoot, 11. Trying to set up Quinterly, I think. Miller back near side Sears. He'll drive, he'll kick it to Miller. Miller down the lane, nice pass. Bediako got fouled. See you, Reese. They're going to call the 5th finally on him there. And Miller reminding everybody to wave goodbye to Reese as he heads to the bench.
Alabama executing their offense. Late shot clock situation. Up by 18. 2:24 to play. Alabama wants to go slow and attack late. Brandon Miller gets it inside. Dumps it off to Charles Bediako. Gets fouled. Chance to extend this lead at the free throw line. Alabama has struggled from 3. But not lately. Javon Quinterly with a couple of big ones to seal the deal on this second round game against a tough Maryland team. And JQ has 22 points, 4 for 6 from deep, couple of rebounds, couple of assists. And when the lights are on, JQ steps up, and he's done it again here tonight.
No, Bediako spoke French. I think he did right there after that missed free throw. He's 1 of 5 from the stripe. He's trying to get to 10. Come on, got to make this one, get a double-double. Charles, everybody think good thoughts. There we go. We willed that one in, didn't we, folks? 10 points to go with his 10 rebounds. Couple of steals, couple of blocks. On the drive, it's Young into the paint. Bounce pass through the wickets of the Maryland Terrapin, and Bama will have the ball. And Bediako's going to exit. Griffin checks in. What an effort. And a standing ovation.
What a performance by Charles Bediako, especially on the defensive end. But he was really good offensively, getting some key offensive rebounds, several of those throughout this game.
Bama with the basketball with 2 minutes to go, leading 66-47. And the crowd, wow. Quinterly in the paint, behind the back with the dribble, shows the ball, throws it out to Clowney. He'll drive, he'll lay it up. He got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I can watch JQ go to work all day long, just playing with the defender. Able to get the ball inside, converge the defense. Another late shot clock situation as Noah Clowney attacks the basket and gets to the line where Alabama has lived here in the second half.
Noah Clowney, you got to make both these, baby. You got to make them both, because we got to get some walk-ons in for the Tide. Free throw up, free throw good. Nate Oates has got Delaney Hurd. Adam and Jaden. How about Jaden coming in to replace big brother JQ? As Adam Cottrell joins Delaney Hurd, and also Rylan Griffin in the game for Alabama. Pringle will come in to replace Clowney if he hits this one, but he missed it. So he'll stay in the game with 1:42 to go. 20-point Bama lead. Long front court. Terrapins have made some changes as well. Cornish in the ball game. Martinez now playing off the screen, steps back. His 3 is no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds, touch last by the Tide. Clowney will exit. He gets the round of applause he deserves as well. Bama's going back to the Sweet 16, folks. 1:25 away. Pringle into the game for Alabama, the star of the opening round game. And they call Cottrell for a foul.
Boy, I love the toughness that Alabama showed in this game. And Maryland got what they wanted. Slow pace, grind it out first half. But Alabama able to extend the lead because of their ability to get stops. Nothing easy for the Terrapins. Alabama got to the rim, got to the free throw line in the second half. And finally, late in this game, the 3 started to fall. Brandon Miller, Javon Quinterly with big second halves. And boy, so much fun here in Birmingham. The #1 seed deserved to be in Birmingham, and the crowd enjoying it here tonight.
Cornish 1 of 2 for the Terps. Bama the other way. Griffin on the drive to the rim, lays it up, no good. Rebound fought for. Pringle took it away, got fouled, scored, and he'll go to the line for a chance at the end one.
Nick Pringle, 19 and 15 in his NCAA tournament debut. Those numbers, the average will go down a little bit. But a big-time play for Nick Pringle as he gets on the offensive glass and a chance for a 3-point play.
Perfect. Alabama up 22 now with 1:11 to go. Terrapins front court with Long. Playing off a screen, drives to the elbow, kicks it onto the right wing. Deep three, in and out, no good. Rebounded Griffin, and Ryland will bring it ahead. Delaney says, get it to me. Cottrell says, get it to me. Jaden says, come on, get it to me. They get it to Hurd. He'll play off the screen, shoots it from 10, bottom. Delaney Hurd knocks it down. 46 seconds remain. Bama leading it 72-48. Top-ranked team in America looking like it.
And on a night where shots weren't falling for the most part.
Long throws it onto the left wing. They dump it into the low post. Shot up, off the glass, and in for two. That's Martinez getting it to go. Quinterly, with 25 seconds to go, gets fouled by Martinez. That's his fifth. And that's going to send Jaden Quinterly to the line.
Well, as we talked about in Nashville, the Quinterly brothers have already accounted and combined for 22 points in this game. Will Jaden, JQ2, add to it?
San Diego State waiting on Alabama next, as Quinterly can't get the first free throw to go.
San Diego State was as impressive as anybody.
Ooh, they were
today. Was hoping that Alabama will get a shot at them. That'll be the case. Nothing's easy in the Sweet 16. Nothing's easy in the NCAA tournament. Alabama has made it look pretty easy through the first two rounds, though.
Quinterly hits one of two. That's Jaden Quinterly. Front court are the Terps now. Long, weaving through traffic. Throws it onto the left side. 15 seconds left to play. Leader in the paint, tipped out, fought for. Ball knocked around, and it's going to be a foul on Delaney Hurd with 9 seconds to go.
They're calling fouls, but hang on the rim for 4 or 5 seconds.
So here's the plan. They got to miss, and we got to get Cottrell a shot, because he's the only one of the walk-ons on the floor right now that has not touched the ball.
They're going to need to go against the wishes of their head coach, who just told them no shots.
I didn't see that. And first free throw missed by the Terps.
And whoever shoots the ball will claim the same thing.
Coach, my bad. Second attempt upcoming from Swanton Roger. Hyphenated. Inbounds goes to Quinterly. Finder's seconds are going to tick away after the made free throw. And Bama is going to the Sweet 16. 73-51 is your final, and strike up the band.